Imagine a world without maps, a world where the edges of the known world fade into the unknown, where the horizon holds secrets yet to be discovered, a world where distant lands are shrouded in mystery, and the only guides are the stories and legends passed down through generations. This was the world of Marco Polo, a young man from Venice who dared to explore the unknown. Born into a family of merchants, Marco was no stranger to tales of far-off places and exotic goods. Born in 1254, Marco grew up surrounded by the bustling trade of Venice, a gateway between Europe and the East. The city was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and goods, a place where the East met the West. His father and uncle, Niccolo and Maffeo Polo, were merchants who had traveled as far as China. They brought back stories of vast empires, incredible wealth, and advanced technologies that seemed almost magical to the people of Europe. In 1271, when Marco was just 17, he embarked on an extraordinary journey with his father and uncle. They set out from Venice, their destination, the court of Kublai Khan, the powerful Mongol emperor of China. The journey to Kublai Khan's court was fraught with challenges and dangers. They traveled across continents, over mountains, and through deserts, facing harsh climates and treacherous terrain. This journey would take them across continents, over mountains, and through deserts. They encountered diverse cultures, each with its own customs and traditions, and navigated through regions that were often hostile and unwelcoming. It was a journey that would change Marco Polo's life forever. The experiences and knowledge he gained during his travels would shape his understanding of the world and leave a lasting impact on history. Marco's experiences, documented in his famous book, The Travels of Marco Polo, offered Europeans an unprecedented glimpse into the East. His detailed accounts of the places he visited and the people he met opened up a new world to his readers. His vivid descriptions of China's wealth, culture, and technological advancements sparked curiosity and ignited imaginations. He wrote about the grandeur of the cities, the sophistication of the markets, and the innovations that were far ahead of their time. Marco Polo's journey remains one of the most remarkable adventures in human history, a testament to the power of curiosity and the enduring human spirit of exploration. His travels not only expanded the geographical knowledge of his time but also bridged the gap between different cultures. His journey continues to inspire us today, reminding us that the world is a vast and wondrous place, ripe for exploration and discovery. Modern explorers and adventurers still look to Marco Polo as a symbol of the unquenchable thirst for knowledge and the courage to venture into the unknown. Join me now as we retrace Marco Polo's steps, journeying from the canals of Venice to the heart of the Mongol Empire. Together, we will explore the legacy of a young Venetian explorer whose adventures continue to captivate and inspire. In 1271, the Polo family's ship, laden with goods and provisions, set sail from Venice. They sailed across the Adriatic Sea, leaving behind the familiar sights and sounds of their home city. Their journey would take them through the Mediterranean, a sea teeming with history and culture. They stopped at ports along the way, trading goods and gathering information about the lands that lay ahead. The Mediterranean was a melting pot of cultures, a place where East met West. The Polos encountered merchants, sailors, and travelers from diverse backgrounds. They heard stories of far-off lands and learned about different customs and traditions. Their journey across the Mediterranean was just the beginning of their incredible adventure. The vastness of the world lay before them, filled with both promise and peril. After sailing across the vast and azure waters of the Mediterranean Sea, the Polos arrived in the Holy Land, a region steeped in history and religious significance. Their journey had just begun, and already they were stepping into lands that held stories of ancient civilizations and sacred traditions. They visited Jerusalem, a city of immense religious significance, revered by Christians, Jews, and Muslims alike. The Polos marveled at the ancient walls, the bustling markets, and the sacred sites that drew pilgrims from all corners of the world. The air was thick with the scent of spices and the sounds of prayers, a testament to the city's rich and diverse heritage. From there, they journeyed through the mountainous terrain of Armenia, a land of rugged beauty and ancient traditions. The Polos traversed winding paths and steep inclines, encountering local villagers who shared tales of their ancestors and the land's storied past. The landscape was dotted with ancient monasteries and fortresses, standing as silent witnesses to centuries of history. This vast region, located in modern-day Turkey, was a crossroads of civilizations, where East met West and cultures intertwined. The Anatolian Plateau was a land of contrasts, with its rolling hills, fertile valleys, and arid plains. It was a place where ancient empires had risen and fallen, leaving behind a tapestry of history and culture. The Polos encountered diverse cultures and peoples as they crossed the Anatolian Plateau. They met traders from distant lands, each with their own stories and wares. The Polos were fascinated by the rich tapestry of languages, customs, and traditions that they encountered. They witnessed cultural exchanges that had been taking place for centuries, facilitated by the region's strategic location on ancient trade routes. They witnessed the remnants of ancient empires, from the ruins of Roman cities to the towering mosques of Seljuk Turkish rule. The Polos explored crumbling amphitheaters, grand basilicas, and intricately designed mosques, each structure telling a story of the people who had built and inhabited them. These architectural marvels stood as a testament to the region's rich and varied history. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting east and west, snaked its way across the plateau. This ancient highway was the lifeblood of commerce and cultural exchange, bringing goods, ideas, and people from distant lands. The Polos followed these well-trodden paths, tracing the footsteps of countless travelers who had come before them. The Polos followed these ancient paths, encountering caravans laden with exotic goods. They saw camels and horses carrying silks, spices, precious stones, and other treasures from the east. The Polos marveled at the diversity of goods and the stories of the traders who had braved the long and arduous journey to bring them to market. The journey across the Anatolian Plateau was challenging, but it gave the Polos a taste of the adventures that lay ahead. They faced harsh weather, difficult terrain, and the constant threat of bandits. Yet, these challenges only strengthened their resolve and prepared them for the even greater trials that awaited them further east. They were traveling further east than most Europeans had ever ventured, into lands that were largely unknown and filled with mystery. The Polos were driven by a sense of curiosity and a desire to discover new worlds. Their journey was not just a physical one, but also a voyage of the mind and spirit, as they sought to understand the diverse cultures and peoples they encountered along the way. Section 4. The Silk Road, a World of Wonders. The Silk Road, a network of ancient trade routes, stretched across Asia, connecting the East with the West. This vast network spanned thousands of miles, linking the great civilizations of China, India, Persia, Arabia, and Europe. It was not just a single road, but a complex web of routes that facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. It was a lifeline for trade, culture, and ideas. Along these routes, merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers traveled, bringing with them not only goods but also stories, beliefs, and innovations. The Silk Road was a melting pot where East met West, and where diverse cultures intermingled and influenced each other. The Polos followed the Silk Road eastward, their journey taking them through Persia, Afghanistan, and the Pamir Mountains. These regions, with their rugged landscapes and rich histories, presented both challenges and wonders. The Polos encountered ancient cities, formidable mountain ranges, and vast deserts, each with its own unique culture and traditions. The Silk Road was a vibrant tapestry of cultures. From the bustling markets of Samarkand to the serene monasteries of Tibet, the Polos witnessed a world where different peoples and traditions coexisted and thrived. This cultural exchange was evident in the art, architecture, and daily life of the regions they visited. The Polos encountered bustling bazaars, majestic cities, and remote desert oases. These places were hubs of activity, where traders from all corners of the world came to buy and sell goods. The ruins of ancient cities stood as silent witnesses to the grandeur and prosperity that once flourished along the Silk Road. They traded goods with merchants from distant lands, exchanging Venetian glass and European textiles for Chinese silk, Indian spices, and Persian carpets. These exchanges were not just about commerce, but also about building relationships and understanding between different cultures. The goods traded were symbols of the interconnectedness of the world. The Silk Road was a testament to the interconnectedness of the world. It showed how distant regions could be linked through trade and cultural exchange. The flow of goods, ideas, and people along these routes helped shape the course of history and laid the foundations for the globalized world we live in today. Marco Polo, with his keen eye for detail, documented the wonders he encountered along the Silk Road. His writings provide a vivid account of the places he visited and the people he met. Through his eyes, we get a glimpse of the rich tapestry of life along the Silk Road. His writings provide invaluable insights into the lives of the people, the cultures they encountered, and the challenges they faced. They serve as a window into a world that was both interconnected and diverse, a world where the exchange of goods and ideas helped shape the course of history. Marco Polo's journey along the Silk Road remains one of the most remarkable tales of exploration and discovery. Section 5. The Persian Crossroads. Encounters with Ancient Cultures. Persia, with its rich history and vibrant culture, left an unforgettable mark on Marco Polo. He marveled at the architectural wonders of cities like Isfahan and Shiraz. The Polos spent a year in Persia, immersing themselves in its rich culture. They witnessed the splendor of the Persian court and learned about the country's ancient history and traditions. Persia was a center of learning and scholarship. Marco Polo learned about Persian literature, astronomy, and mathematics. He encountered scholars and philosophers who challenged his worldview and broadened his understanding of the world. The Polo's journey through Persia was a testament to the power of cultural exchange. Marco Polo's writings about Persia provided Europeans with valuable insights into a culture that had previously been shrouded in mystery. Section 6. Into the Unknown, Reaching the Borders of China. Leaving Persia behind, the Polos ventured further east, into regions few Europeans had ever seen. They crossed treacherous mountain passes in the Pamir Mountains, known as the Roof of the World. The thin air and harsh conditions tested their limits. They navigated the desolate beauty of the Taklamakan Desert, a forbidding expanse of sand dunes and scorching heat. They relied on the skills of local guides to navigate this unforgiving landscape. They faced the dangers of bandit attacks and extreme weather conditions. Their journey was a testament to their resilience and determination to reach their destination.